Can you tell me where you were on November the 22nd, 1963? Some of us in this building can. Some of you weren't born yet. That's the day that John Fitzgerald Kennedy was assassinated. Fairly pleasant day, riding along, doing his business, embodying himself, all of our hopes for a better tomorrow. Snuffed out like that. One of the stories that Kennedy liked to use as he campaigned for office was about the Connecticut General Assembly. Meeting in 1789, the lawmakers were in session and they looked out the windows and suddenly the skies darkened, a tremendous violent storm approached with no warning. And they started talking about the end of days and whether or not they should adjourn and run home to their families or continue doing business. And the Speaker of the House there said to them, if God's coming now, then he should find us doing our duty. Doing our duty is the theme that runs through the scriptures today. What is it that you and I should be doing when God comes? There are a couple different ways of looking at this. Some people are thinking about the end of time make two basic mistakes. They either concentrate so much on it and become paranoid, or they ignore it completely as if nothing's ever going to change or happen. And you and I know that life on this planet is a precarious situation at best. And you and I have to be prepared not only for the end of times, but for when the Lord calls us each personally in death to account for our actions. Doing our duty, therefore, is as Christians living up to what the Lord asks of us. Loving God first, loving our neighbors as ourselves. If we keep that perspective in what we do on a daily basis, then we don't have to be worried on whether it's the Parousia, where some are left behind and others are caught up in the sky, or whether we are called in death to face the Lord. Because we have fulfilled or are trying to fulfill on a daily basis what we're being asked to do. The point was driven home to me as a young seminarian. You know, when seminarians arrive, they're all full of themselves. They feel they're answering the Lord's call. They feel they know what the Lord wants them to do. And that's how I felt back in 1975 when I arrived at St. Meinrad Seminary. Father Blaise Hettich was the spiritual director for the entire seminary. And the first night we were all there, he took us into the Arch Abbey Church. We all sat down with candles at the front door and looked up into this vast church. And in the back of the apse, there was this painting of Christ, the teacher. And as we reflected on that, he asked us what we would do if we knew that in 1 hour the Lord was coming back. And you got to imagine 50-some seminarians all sitting there saying, well, we do this, we do that. We'd run home to our parents, we'd go to confession, we'd pray, we'd go to communion, we'd try to get anointed real quick. Everyone had the wrong answer. The correct answer is, you do what you're doing, and you do it the best you can. So if you're a dishwasher, you wash dishes. If you're supposed to be cutting the grass, cut the grass. If you're supposed to be teaching, teach. If you're working at Disney, work at Disney. If it's Universal, Universal. But whatever you're called upon to be doing in this life, do it, and do it to the best of your ability. So that when God does come, he finds us living out the Christian message of loving God first, and then our neighbors as ourselves.